So with your treats finished, you all decide to head out, and Runarian will probably lead the way just to help you guys from getting lost. As you head on a little down the ways to a rather large tavern. It's 3 stories tall. It looks maybe a little lopsided on one side. But there is, a sign hanging above the door with a sort of dragon insignia painted upon it called the Dragonstone Tavern. And as you guys walk inside, you are met with a half-elf. Welcome in, welcome. What can I do for you all today?
We need rooms.
We need rooms.
All right. Is it the 5 of you?
We do have 3 more with us.
Okay. I can ask, who else do you have with you?
I'll let Yulia filled that one.
Sorry, who do you mean by who?
We just need rooms.
In what regard?
Just curious as to the other members of your party.
There are 2 other members. We're paying customers. It doesn't really matter.
Having certain people in my tavern might bring down my reputation, and I'm not really looking for that. So yeah, I'm just wondering and wanting to be sure that if you have any drow within your party,
And there it is.
Fine.
And
Oh my god. You see Ivari bristle up in rage.
He just buries his hand in his face. God damn it.
So what's wrong with drow? I mean, besides your very outdated views of them.
Outdated? I think you are sorely mistaken. You see, they are a problem for the Dark War. They cause all sorts of problems in the fishing district. But really, I think it's best that you all just go.
Happy's already ready to head out of the door. He's half afraid to leave them, like the rest of the party, unattended. Okay, I want to leave, but if I turn around for 5 seconds, Taffy just kind of
Ivari's just glaring at this half elf.
leans forward and is like, all right, listen, we don't want to start up anything yet. We've got a lot of unsavory people to go and track down, so we'll find somewhere else. It'll be fine.
You pass by what appears to be another tavern, as you hear a lot of people laughing and talking from within. But as you pass by, there's a human currently being thrown out by what looks like some sort of half-giant. But yeah, you make your way down a little further to a little place, and almost in the fishing district, and Runarian will, gesture for you guys to head on inside. Inside, it's a little smaller in here, a little more compact, not quite as open and luxurious as the Dragonstone was. Everything looks fairly run down. And at the desk, you see there's a Triton currently sitting. He's leaning back in the chair, arms folded over his chest, and his eyes are closed, and you're not sure if he's awake or asleep at the moment. Hi, welcome. He sits up properly in his chair, kind of like rubs at his eyes a little bit. Sorry about that. What can I do for you guys?
It's all you guys.
We're just looking to secure some rooms for the next couple of days.
How many rooms you looking for? A little tight on space right now.
Ideally, maybe 3. Well, we could probably settle for 2.
To be honest, right now I've got no rooms open. I'm waiting for a couple people to leave, but it's been difficult. If you want to maybe check back later, I'll see if someone checks out later in the day.
Difficult how? Like, they're not giving you any trouble, are they?
Not really. Just I've got a couple noise complaints from a few people, or someone saying, "Oh, how dare you invite a filthy ash skin into your tavern?" And I'm just,
Oh no!
I don't particularly care, but yeah. So check back with me later. I can let you guys know.
Well, we might be able to work something out. We help you with your tenant problems, and maybe we get a discount on a few rooms?
I'd say yes, but I don't think they're in their room right now. Off in the town doing something. But I might take you up on that offer later, but I don't know where they'd even be.
Fair enough.
Let you help.
What do they look like?
Oh, okay. We'll hunt them down.
Any descriptors will help.
There's 2 of them. One of them's they're both human, I think, even though the guy's pretty big. It's like a woman with him, a little short, curly black hair. Guy's pretty tall, pretty muscular, probably about twice the size of your Aarakocra friend over here. Short hair. Kind of mean looking in the face.
Okay.
Yeah, you see him. Just don't mention me. I don't want to get in trouble.
Fair enough. In fact, let's just, for the time being, let's not exchange names until the issue's been resolved.
Probably for the best. So as you guys approach the gate, kind of a couple things you notice as you're approaching is that, this area of the city is very nice. It's very well kept. Everything is nice and neat. Nothing's super overgrown. There's even a little market square just outside the gate, where there's lots of stalls selling all sorts of a variety of goods. As you walk by, of the many people milling about, quite a few kind of give you very uncertain glances.
I wonder why.
But, no one will stop you as you head up to the gate, up until you get to the gate where one of the guards will put out their halberd to stop you from entering.
Narcellus will just kind of blink, raise his eyebrows, and just go, "Hello, sir."
And the guard standing there is dressed in the gold and red regalia of Valgard, and he kind of just looks at you for a long moment. He's probably only a couple inches taller than Narcellus. And he says, "Hello, what business do you have here in the Noble's Quarter?"
Kind of glancing at Tove for a moment, he'll incline his head to see if she wants to talk or if he should.
Tove will shall us handle this one.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
No.
Well, he will just sort of tilt his head very slightly to the side and say, "We're attempting to get into the Noble's Quarter. If you can't tell, I have some business with one of the nobles."
Tove Tope's gonna nod in agreement.
Oh my god.
Okay, which noble would that be? There's many of them.
Oh, would you believe? I'm actually looking for it. General Faldvin, I forgot his last name.
And the guard laughs, and even the other one sitting on the other side of the gate also laughs with him. He'll say, as if General Faldvin would want an audience with you.
Oh, you wound me, Mr. Soldier, sir. But it is unfortunately very... He just kind of pauses and he's like, and I didn't say I wanted an audience. I'm actually a staff member, and I seem to have misplaced my insignia.
Yet you mentioned business when you first walked up to the gate.
Well, yes, that is the thing that servants do. They carry out that guy's business.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry,
Oh my-
I'm going to need some sort of proof to let you in.
Why don't you just go ask him?
He'll look to the other guard over on the other side of the gate, and she will just shake her head at him and say, do we really have to? This is such a waste of time.
And kind of looking back at Tove, he just sort of gives this exasperated sigh. He's like, okay, guys, look, we can do this the easy way
Oh no.
or the hard way.
Oh my
Oh no!
And
Oh, now they won't let you in.
so, I need to get in to speak to General Faldvin. I've had the worst fucking day. Please let me in.
Or go to jail, says Narcellus.
The female guard will speak up this time as she says, yeah, nice try, little half-breed. Better luck next time.
Oh my god.
Gonna get
Kind
thrown
of just-
out of town.
Just looking at Tove after a minute. You see he's just sort of very pleasantly smiling. He's like, okay.
Okay.
Tove, would you mind coming with me?
Sure. And Tove followed Archellus.
And look, I'm Stando. You'll have to drag her over here, just giving a very pleasant little wave to the guards. And he's like, I was gonna let it go. I was prepared to be nice to these people, but you know what? Diplomacy has thrown itself out the window. So, Tove, I'm going to do something. I need you. And he takes her bare hand in between his and just sort of holds it for a minute and holds her eye contact. And he says, I need you to do something for me, okay?
Okay.
Hold me back.
I'm going to do something. And
Oh.
then, after I do this, I need you to run into the nobles' quarter as
Okay.
quickly as you can and go find General Falk. And if I happen to still be alive, come get me.
Oh
Tove's just
my.
Tove nods and she says, all right. I
Trust
can do
me,
that.
right?
Yeah, totally. Totally trust you.
Learning to trust each
Absolutely.
other. Okay.
Yeah, learning to trust each other, right?
Out of curiosity,
This is a trust
right over
moment.
here,
Huh?
what do any of these stalls have for sale?
So there's one that's probably selling a lot of fresh food, fruit and vegetables. There's another that's selling mostly seafood. There's a whole thing of fresh crab and live crab, I should say. And a few live fish. Probably another stall selling some random trinkets and some maybe clothing or something of the sort.
Like heavy trinkets? Like any particularly heavy? How big are the crabs?
The crabs are pretty well sized. Like they are. I'm not very good with crab sizes. They're probably around the same as like king crabs. I think they're fairly big.
Oh boy. Okay.
Oh boy.
Can I approach this stall with the large king crabs?
Yeah. As you approach, you see it is run by 2 halfling. And as you come by, one of the halflings, a male, just kind of looks up at you a little curiously. Says, what can I do for you?
And Marcellus will give this halfling the most charming smile that he can. And sort of placing his hands behind his back will say, "Hi, I was actually just wondering, about how many crabs here do you have for sale? About how much how much you asking? The live ones.
Right. Yeah, I think I got about a dozen or so left. Usually sell them about half a dozen for a gold piece.
And if I were to offer you, say, just in this climate, in this economy, about 5 gold pieces for all of them, how would that sound?
I'd say that sounds like a fairly good bargain to me.
That's excellent. And sort of rummaging around in his wallet, he'll produce the 5 pieces and he'll ask, "Can you put them all in a bag for me?"
Yeah, I have something around here, and he'll like take the gold from you. Kind of like takes a moment to like check that they're all real, that they don't like bend or break. Satisfied, he'll pocket it, move off to the side, grabs like probably a big like linen kind of bag, like something made out of cloth, and he will reach into this little pool they had set up and quickly pull out all the crabs. And then has to probably half drag it over to you at this point because this bag is probably about as large as he is. He will place it down before you and say,
"Single biggest sale he's ever made."
Yeah, there you are, sir. 12 crabs.
Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Yeah.
He will sort of heft it up over his arm, because I imagine they're quite heavy. And looking toward Tove, for a minute he considers, should I get my sabers out of the bag holder? But then he decides not to. He knows he can cast if he needs to, and giving Tove that sort of like little finger wave, sort of like he's wiggling his fingers at her, just walks right back up to the gate. He's gonna go, "Excuse me, sir, I forgot something."
The guard will like look at you. You can hear him sigh. He says, "Yes, what is it?"
And he's going to draw back the bag as far as he can.
Oh my god.
And just slap the ever-living shit out of this man with it.
Oh no.
Lord.
You just roll it. Oh god. Oh, this is so fucking funny. I just wanted to hit. I don't even care.
I just wanted to hit.
So you swing back, and for a moment he looks a little confused. Like, what is he doing? And next thing you know, you swing that bag of crabs around and like smack him so hard in the face he nearly spins. And immediately the other card is like, "You little brat!" And she will like start making for him.
Can he dump all of the crabs on the ground?
Dump all the crabs on the ground.
He's going to upend the bag of crabs just over the ground and book it.
We're running.
love
We're
it.
running through that gate. We're running through that door.
He is going this direction.
Let's say which. Oh, he's going that way.
Uh-oh.
We need to be a low profile, we said.
You almost put Tove down. So you dump the crabs on the ground and you run. And as the guard tries to make her way over, I'm just kind of quick. As she tries to run towards you, she immediately steps on one of the crabs and falls over, losing her balance. The other guard's still like spinning from where you had hit him, and he like looks around like, oh, where the hell did that kid go? Not even like noticing the direction you fucking ran off in. Then after a moment, she'll grab him and haul him to his feet, be like, come on, wait! And then they will both go running after you, leaving the gate completely unguarded.
Oh boy.
Oh, great.
Can't
Well-
believe that actually worked.
Your turn to shine. Your time to shine, Tove. Let's go.
Tove is going through that gate. She is making her way downtown and inside the noble quarters.
Yeah, you come up to this house with this green roof. It has a lot of just garden work all over the place. It's very well kept, very neat, and it just kind of goes back to the wall.
Tove is gonna head up to the door and just quickly sort of knock on it. See if anybody's home.
All right, and you walk up to the door, unguarded, so it seems, and you knock. And after a brief moment, the door opens, and you don't think anyone's there until you look down. And you're greeted by a halfling.
Look at that guy.
He's wearing like,
I love
a simple kind of light green shirt and pants. He's got a much more elegant looking green coat over it. And he looks up at you kind of like with an odd look as he tilts his head to one side as he says, I was not aware General Foldvin was expecting visitors today. Can I help you with something, my dear?
Yes. My name is Tove. I'm a friend of Runarian's. My friends and I have been traveling with the General from Eastoff. I'm sure you're aware that he's just come back from there. And I was wondering if I would be able to speak with him.
Yes. Very good. All right, give me just a minute or two. He was in the middle of something, but let me see if I can fetch him for you. What did you say your name was?
Tove. Tove Bauer.
Oh, all right. Very good. Give me just a moment if you'd like to perhaps come inside. I can allow you to have a seat.
And Tove will just sort of look around a little bit. She's thinking about the fact that Nershellus is God knows where, running around with guards chasing him. And she just sort of shakes her head and says, if it's all right, I'd rather wait outside. It's a little bit of an urgent matter.
Very well. I shall go let the General know. Give me just a minute. You feel like a pair of hands kind of grab your shoulders. They haul you back up. And you hear the guy say, all right, Brat, you're coming with us.
Crimes against crabs.
Very
very
of emotional damage.
Can he cast a cantrip very quickly?
Which cantrip?
Message.
You can send something to Imran, because he's probably
You know
the
what?
only one close
You know
enough.
what? Imran works. Imran's
Okay.
great.
Mhm. Okay, so you're not sure entirely where they are, but you probably kind of look back in the direction where he was. And what message do you send him?
I tried to save you, and you better get me the fuck out, you little bitch.
Oh god. You send that off as the guards are taking you down the road, back kind of in the direction you would run to towards a large kind of fort-looking thing at the end of the road. And you just hear a whisper back saying, "I'll try my best." So as you guys are approaching the incline that would lead you up to the gate of the Noble's Quarter, you do pass by this little building, and it seems a little unassuming at first, but Taffy, you'll recognize that there's just a little sign on the side of the door that it's looks like it's kind of a magic rune symbol over the silhouette of a very short facade, like kind of the build that you might expect of like a halfling or maybe a gnome. Has no name on it, just the symbol, but it is one you would recognize.
Yeah. So yeah, as you know, Taffy's getting nervous as they get close to the noble district. But as they're walking over there, he does a double take to his left, and he sees this building, and the fur prickles up, and he just gets this angry, like, furrowed brow. He's like, "Those bastards! They got a guild house here before we did. Assholes."
Yulia turns around and that's like, "Hello?"
Damn, what you got a good gnome? What did gnomes ever do to you?
Taffy says, sorry. He kind of tries to recompose himself. That's the guild house to Gnomeland Security. There are competitors, unscrupulous competitors. I don't know. I don't particularly agree with their business practices, but man, they keep cutting out our guild at like every turn. I hate those guys. They're jerks.
You know what? Fuck those guys. Sorry, like, throws up middle fingers at the building.
Oh no.
Like, I don't know, maybe, I'm sure that the employees are nice and everything, but I don't know, they overcharge. I don't know, I don't know, I've heard things about the quality of their security features. Just don't get it though. They keep beating us out every turn at every business opportunity. I'm just complaining. Sorry, it's personal. It's a personal thing.
We could always hypothetically, legally, haha, as in a joke way, burn the building down.
I love you, Mari.
Oh my god!
This is why Narcellis likes her.
Taffy starts getting sweaty again. He's like, yeah, let's not do that. At least not until you know what? Let's just wait until we're about ready to leave town. Then you know what? I'm just gonna pretend I didn't see anything. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, fuck this racist town, to be honest.
And as you're about to enter the little market, you hear a voice from off to the side say, "Hey, wait!" And you'll see, kind of motioning to you guys from the shadows, is Imran.
Oh no, why is he alone?
I don't like this.
Narcellis hit guard with crabs.
You see
Of course he
Barney's
did.
face just light up in a big smile. Like, yeah, stick it to the man.
Yulia just looks perplexed, like trying to visualize how this was done.
It's like, what? Crabs?
And it's just ridiculous the more they think on it.
He's in jail, isn't he? He's in jail.
Yeah. Yes, Tove inside Noble's area. We can try to go over, see if we can maybe smooth things out. I am General Faldvin's son. Or perhaps it might be better to go see my father. He would probably be able to help us get Narstellus out of this situation.
Yeah, your father's probably our best bet.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Runarian will take you guys up to the gate, which is now guarded once more. And as he walks up, he'll give the guards a nice wave and a smile and says, "Oh, these are all my friends. We're just coming in for a visit. We need to speak to my father, General Faldvin, about a few things." And the guards just nod and will gladly let you guys inside. Standing there now, instead of the halfling, is General Faldvin, who's dressed now in, he's not in his armor anymore. He's got on like this very nice green tunic that's like embroidered with gold leaf. He looks, a little refreshed from your time on the road, and he'll give you a polite nod as he says, I was quite surprised when I heard you had come by. Is something going on?
Well, actually, Narstellus and I were on our way here to ask if we could get some sort of writ to go on to the docks in the fishing district. But the guards outside the noble quarters weren't exactly friendly, and, well, Narstellus got himself into a little bit of trouble, and I'm not exactly sure where he is, but it's probably not good.
He'll give a sigh. He says, let's see, is my son not with you? Where's the rest of your party?
Oh, we split up earlier. Narstellus and I went, and Imran went one way, and then the rest of the party went another way, and by the time we got up here to the noble quarters, we still hadn't come across Renarian, so I'm not exactly sure where they are.
I see. He'll kind of stand there for a moment before he will reach down to something at his side and kind of like unties a little like leather string before he will hand over to you, hold out to you what appears to be like a house like insignia or kind of house crest. It's made of wood, very simple little thing, fits in the palm of your hand. It is the face of an elf with antlers coming out of their head, surrounded by like a laurel of leaves with like axes on either side. And he will hold this out to you and he'll say, "This is my house crest. If you present this to any of the guards in the city, they shouldn't give you a problem. Just let them know you are my guests. All right, let's go. Let's go." And he'll kind of gesture for you to follow him as he will start walking down the road, if you will follow.
Of course.
Yes.
Okay, and by that time now, as they are walking down the road, you guys see the rest of your party walking up to you. Excellent. So yes, the entire party, minus Narstellus, has met back up and has now made their way over to the guardhouse, where, you are allowed inside without issue, seeing as you are with the general. And of course, everyone kind of giving him a salute as you pass. "General, it's an honor for you to be here. What can I help you with?" And General Faldvin will incline his head as he says, "I'm actually here seeking someone who I believe was just recently brought in." "Right, sir. Who might you be looking for?" "A half-drow. A younger, dark skin, red hair. I believe he's wearing something purple."
Something purple.
Something purple.
Something bottom, something blue.
Guard will say, him. Yeah, he's just down the hall. Just follow that weird, like, clattering noise you keep hearing. You'll find him." You come to a set of cell bars where, Narstellus, I will allow you to explain what he's been doing.
As you come upon the scene, the first thing you see is a black circlet with a spider on it, just being dragged back and forth across the bars, making this awful noise, and him going, just like murmuring, "It will annoy the hell out of you until you let me out. I will annoy the fuck out of you until you let me out." But he's sitting on the ground, and his forehead is like half, like his temple is like pressed against the bars. You can kind of see his braids falling out like into the hallway. And as you guys approach, he's going to look up very slowly, and he's going to see Fulton, and he's going to see the party, and he's just going to go, "We have to stop meeting like this."
I would allow you all to go to continue with what you are doing, as I have an audience with Her Majesty that I must go see to. So yeah, you guys head on out. You don't happen to see Runarian or the colonel that he's apparently talking to. You assume they're probably off in some other spot. But yeah, you guys make your way out of the fort, thankfully left alone. And I don't know if you guys would want to have any conversations while you're going. Otherwise, you can go meet back up with Imran. I don't know if Narcellus kind of wanted to bring anything up.
Oh, yeah. So I will have him say, as they exit the guardhouse, kind of away from anything, he's still got this look like permanently etched on his face.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to address Tove, and he's going to say, "Remember those kids from earlier?"
Oh yeah, the ones who bit you.
Yeah.
What?
The ones.
What?
Apparently, they're friends of theirs. When I was in there, I found out that they were arrested for making the wrong sort of look toward a merchant.
And Tove's face will kind of like fall from sort of like that, the sort of like happy recognition to like the realization that things are a lot more bleak than she realized. And she'll nod and say, "Oh, well, I'm sure Runarian will handle the situation and help them get out of there. I don't think he would leave them in there, especially knowing the situation."
Yeah, I'm sure no one would they? And it's just like, he's so annoyed. But after a minute, he's like, "So, if we meet back up with him, then Taffy, do you still want to try to find lodgings first, or do you think we should just go for it?"
Well, considering the nature of this town is a lot worse than I thought it would be. My vote's to just get Sterkin and get out. The longer we're here, that's the more opportunity for this, especially if the Assassins Guild that Sterkin's, working with catches wind we're here, foiling their plans. Assuming we're here to foil their plans.
Yeah. Well, let's find Imran. He should still be cowering where I left him.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, let's go pick him up, and I do have a couple of contacts if we do get into trouble here.
Oh, that's excellent.
Mm-hmm. That will be helpful.
Yeah, it's one of them is
what I was gonna say.
Oh,
go ahead. No, go.
Yeah, he's just musing. He's like, "Yeah, I've got. Let's see here. In case anyone gets into trouble, go look for. Let's see here." And he's like flipping through his book. It's like, yes, we have two contacts here. There's a half-elf, Alana, somewhere, I believe, on the west side of town. You know, always let her know that Taffy from the Padlock Guild sent you, and you need somewhere to lay low for a while. If you do ever get in trouble on the east side of town, let's see here. And then he kind of sighs and he's like, the guild investor. Well, there's let's see, a Lord Fleming, Dragonborn, real, gold color. You'll know him when you see him, trust me. A little eccentric. He's, fan of the arts. You got 2 orc guys that follow him around. They're real nice. They're real nice chaps. He funds the Padlock Guild, so, tell him that a guild agent sent you and you need some help, and he should be able to help you out. He's a little dramatic, but, if you can look past that, he's a real friendly guy.
So we'll kind of pipe up here and say, does he happen to faint a lot?
Oh, absolutely, all the time. You should see him in guild meetings. It's hilarious. He gets the monthly earnings report and he just falls over.
I did sort of run into him. Well, not him, but the orcs. They were very nice.
Oh yeah, Bartholomork and Timorky?
Yeah. Well, I didn't learn their names, but they were very helpful.
Yeah, they're great. In fact, I love those guys. Go drinking with them. They're absolute lads. Yeah.
Okay.
How did that go, by the way?
Oh, meeting them?
Yeah, I don't. Fleming didn't talk your ear off for like 3 hours about the finer, exquisite intricacies of statues or whatever.
And Tove's just kind of gonna look at her boots and say, he wasn't really paying a lot of attention to me. He was busy talking to another dragonborn.
That makes sense. You kind of have to get his attention.
Yeah, I don't look like somebody special, so it wasn't really surprising to me. Plus, I was kind of on, the trek to get Nurse Shellis out of jail.
Don't sell yourself short, though.
I wish Runarian was here because I want to know if he specifically has a fainting cow.
Oh my.
Oh, no.
Anyway, Taffy, real quick, and he'll kind of like jog forward a little bit to catch up to him. He's like, actually, there may be a place where we can at least take Imran and set down a couple plans. I have lived here for a couple months. There's this house that I've been staying at. It'll work for a little bit if you're open to it.
That'd be fine with me.
There's just one little thing.
Okay.
How adverse are you to maybe being bitten?
Bitten? By what exactly?
A child.
Oh. Yeah, children are fine.
Okay, let's go find him.
Tabby doesn't know what he's getting himself into. It's like, oh yeah, children are great. I love children.
Yeah.
They just get a little roughhousey a little bit. That's fine. Not realizing that, drow children have sharp teeth.
That's fine. I'm sure Tabaxi too.
Yeah, see, that's exactly. See, that's true.
And just
Tabaxi
like
children
that.
also have very sharp teeth. I'm sure Taffy's well used to it.
Excellent. So you guys head on back down the road. And Narshalis will take you to where they left Imran and kind of to where you guys happen to run into him. And you do see, he's kind of sitting there leaning against the wall. He has his arms folded over his chest. He's trying to appear, as small and unassuming as possible. Probably, has his hood up as well, which just makes him look more suspicious. But he looks up as you guys come by, and he'll focus on Narshalis and say, "Oh, thank God they got you out."
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah, thanks, man.
What? I can't break you out of a guardhouse, man.
You broke me out of the Underdark.
That's different.
That's different.
It's so not. It's so not.
Listen, the Underdark is dark. It's midday right now.
Imran, we all have dark vision.
And?
So it's not dark.
It's different, I promise.
It's different, I promise.
Anyway, if you don't mind, we have some questions for you that are probably better asked, not out here in the open.
Yeah.
Shouldn't we wait for Lunarian?
Where'd he go?
There are some kinsmen in the dungeon portion of the keep who do not deserve to be there. I have asked him to talk on their behalf. I don't know how long it's going to last or take, so do we just go and let him find us, or do we stay and wait?
I'm a little concerned letting Ari try and find us.
I'm sure
Yeah.
Maybe in. Oh, that's true.
He might accidentally
What?
walk into some trouble.
Why don't some of us wait for Ari, and then some of us
Wait,
go find
well-
lodging so we can set up HQ?
Well, Narshalis is taking us to where we're supposed to go, and
Okay.
correct me if
sure.
I'm wrong, but I think Narshalis is the only one who knows where we're going.
Yes, I do live here.
Fair enough.
Yeah, we might want to just wait for him, at least for a little bit.
Alright, good. Then you guys hang out for a few minutes. Trying not to look like too suspicious, even though it's a very odd group that you all have together. So there are definitely a few weird looks sent your way, but no one comes to bother you. It's probably only a couple minutes later by the time Runarian shows back up. And he wasn't he was kind of looking around for you guys at first, clearly wondering where you would all run off to, and once he sees you all, goes to join you. He looks kind of like a mixture of emotions on his face as he'll go to Narshalis and say, so I tried talking to the Colonel about the drow down there in the cell. I had to leave her with my father as she did not want to hear it from me.
I'm surprised he's even talking about it.
Yes, I kind of asked him to. But also, I took a moment to ask him in regards to helping have somewhere for you all to stay. And if you are all right with it, we do have guest quarters in our estate that you all are more than welcome to come use if you end up staying for a while.
I'm sorry, but Narshalis is just gonna immediately make this kind of laugh.
Oh my god.
Like, you want me to come stay in the noble quarter?
Yes.
Just think how much it'd piss off all the nobles.
Great.
I'm sort of looking at the rest of the
Take
party.
it
He
to the
just
man, Nars.
raises his hands up and he's like, I will let you guys decide on this one.
Well, it wouldn't be a bad idea to have both places available. It's a fairly large town, and having a point of safety at both ends is preferable.
Especially since we're apparently dealing with an assassin's guild, I don't know if I'd really want to stay overnight in the fishing district.
Really, that's that bad?
You haven't seen it at night yet, Taffy.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Runarian, I was just about to, take them to my house. Kind of, not really. Our little...
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, then lead the way, I suppose.
Oh, you just killed him!
Yes.
He absorbed into the party.
Yes.
Just slurped them up.
It's like Final Fantasy where your party members just come in and out of your body.
Exactly.
Oh god.
We're all stacked into one being.
Yeah.
The ultimate life form.
Nice. All right. So then, if there's no complaints then from the party, Narcellus will then take you guys down to the fishing district.
Excellent.
The other side of town. Whee!
Whee!
Mew.
So about, would you just take them directly to the house?
To Fallon's house? Yeah, they have a lot they need to talk about and kind of plan out. So he'd probably like weave them back through the back streets. Being very cautious as he does so to not sustain another robbery or bite mark.
Or bite mark.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as you go, there are no children that come to accost you for your money.
Thank God.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. You are left alone for the time being. Excuse me. Help if I had this token ready.
Mhm.
Oh God, where did it even go?
I don't know what the token is, but I support you.
The one you gave me for this guy.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But you guys make your way through the fishing district with Narcellus leading the way kind of without a problem, as he's very well versed in the roads and paths through all the houses. And he takes you off of the main road into kind of more towards the back end, where there's a lot of houses all kind of clustered together between the cliff that like leads up to the castle and the wooden wall that surrounds the pier. That like all these houses are just kind of shoved back here. Super close together, really not a whole lot of room to move around in. Moving things. And as you come to a little spot, there's like a couple of chickens that go running away from you guys as soon as you approach. For Narcellus, you're walking up to the house that you'd like to take your friends to, and before you can open the door, you hear the sound of tiny footsteps running towards you.
Oh no!
I know.
Narcellus will immediately just... I'm so sorry. If he is able to, he will just grab Taffy and put this cat in front of him.
Taffy gets suddenly shoved up there. He's very confused.
Scream, please.
You just hear a little kid shouting, Narcellus! And all of a sudden, these two kids come running over to you guys, and Taffy, you see these two small children just running for you now that you are in their path.
So Taffy actually, he as soon as he sees the children, he lets out like a it's like a gasp, it's like a squee gasp. Like he's slightly excited, but he quickly composes himself and he's like, "Are these yours?"
No.
Oh, okay, that just
I mean, they're not. They're not my children, if that's what you mean.
He just kind of, he turns around. He's like, because he turns around to talk to Nars, and when he does, you see this like cat grin, like the kitty lip grin, like just staring at Nars. It's like, oh really? Well, whose children are they?
They're Fowlin's children. And just sort of sigh at him. And unfortunate little growths that keep sinking their teeth into my arms. Isn't that right, you little shit?
Well, how else are they gonna sharpen their teeth? And he like pets one of them on the head.
Oh my god, they're not pets.
So as they run up to you guys, you turn to Narcellus to kind of have this conversation. Adira like stops in front of you and is just staring up at you. Whereas Dress is a little further back, kind of looking warily at everyone, especially at Runarian. And as Narcellus, as you say, isn't that right, you little shits? Dress will like stick his tongue out at you.
Adorable.
Whereas Adira, as Taffy goes to pat her, will grab for his hand and say, You have a big cat!
Yes, I am the biggest and fluffiest kitty. And then he kneels down to get on their level.
Oh, so
Aw.
sweet. I don't
She
trust
will-
it.
She will immediately like reach up to put her hands in your face because she's so fascinated by this cat
He'll
that is
Taffy will just
before
let her.
her.
Oh my
Aw.
Just let her
god.
pet him.
Aw.
She might accidentally like pull at his whiskers.
He'll wince a little bit,
Or, like,
but
his
he doesn't say
hair.
anything.
Aww.
Oh, so
So
sweet.
This is the cutest thing.
And turning back toward the rest of the party, Nershalis will say, well, this giant cat is Taffy, and this big pink tiefling is Yulia. She plays music. Adira, look at this. And he pulls Arca over and he's like, giant bird!
Bird! And she will immediately try to reach for Arca to pet his feathers.
Aw. Okay, Arca like leans down to like let her reach up him.
Oh. Continuing down the line, he'll say, this is Tove. She's a farmer. She's a human. She's nice. It's okay, you've met her. And then this wonderful specimen of red tiefling over here. This is your barn. She's actually a witch.
Ooh.
Zress like
Spooky.
narrows his eyes at her and he's like, do you know any spells?
Oh boy, do I.
What kind?
Hold on. Give me a second. Let me look at my spells real quick.
Yuvari has
Yeah,
to
I know.
quickly flip through her wizard spellbook.
It's like, just cast a random spell.
Yavari is gonna cast a minor illusion cantrip.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
What would she cast? She's gonna cast an image of the cutest dog in the entire world.
Oh my god.
Ow. Wait, do
She
I
just cast it right in front of her. Do you need me to link it in chat?
Oh no, you're fine. Look, I have a dog.
Look at that dog.
Dog.
Stop.
Killing Tove over here.
Toby's dying. It's
Just
so
having
cute.
diabetes attacks over.
Oh my god. So you conjure this illusion of like a tiny little dog, and Zress looks at it. He's like, that's weird. And then he'll probably go forward to like try and pet it, but his hand just goes through the dog because
It's
it's
like,
just an illusion.
Nishal's laughing at this. We'll turn toward Ari last and say, and this, I know it's scary, this is my friend Ari. Now, one thing you have to know about him's dress is he really likes to play chase.
I don't know if that's quite right.
No, right, Ari, isn't it? You should go play with him, Zress.
Zress is like, oh, he likes to run?
Yeah, he really does.
You better run, Ari, or I'm gonna bite you. Ari's like, please don't.
No,
Immediately, like, Zress starts towards him, and Ari, like, backs away.
he will reach out and grab Zress by the back of the shirt and be, alright, Zress, now before I let you eat the elf, where's your dad? He's inside?
Yeah. Yeah, he's in there.
Alright, go ahead and we'll just let him go.
And he will run at Ari, and Ari will proceed to, like, run away from him.
Please.
It's like, no, Chalice, please.
No, so let's-
Yeah, I'll come check on you later, he's just playing.
He's just
He's going to bite me.
He's going to bite me.
And kind of as if he literally owns the place, he will go through the open door and he'll remove the mantle, like the cloak that he's been wearing, and he'll kind of hold it in his arms, and you'll just hear Fallon.
And as you step into the house, you don't immediately see him in the room, but you do hear his voice call from probably the only other room in this little house. Be right there. And you hear like a groan as he gets up, and kind of uneven footsteps with the heavy thud of like a cane as he makes his way out to you. Just put him right there. And yeah, so this older, the older drow comes out, very familiar face for Narcellus, with, dark kind of purple skin, white hair, red eyes. And he looks to Narcellus with a kind smile as he says, "It's good to see you again."
Yeah, I've been gone a while. I've got a couple of friends that could use a small place to kind of have a little meeting. I hope you don't mind. This is the first place I thought of. I mean, I can go somewhere else if it's too much trouble.
No, please. It's the least I can do after Adira and Zras brought what you gave them.
Don't mention it. There are two other things. One, there is a half-drow and white skin, blue eyes, and then a man, kind of general, kind of really gaunt in the face, red eyes, white hair. They're currently being detained.
Oh, and he gives a sigh. Yes, that would be, it sounds like, what's their names?
What?
Says, yes, it sounds like Feldorl and Jazara. I noticed I hadn't seen them in quite a while. What happened? Are they all right?
They looked at a merchant wrong. Same old.
Right.
Now, oh, go ahead.
No, what, so your friends need somewhere for a moment? A bit?
A bit. There's just one more thing. You might recognize one of my friends. He is an elf. I swear he's trustworthy.
He's too stupid not to be anything else.
It's just his father might be a problem.
Faline sighs. He says, all right, I'll trust you. You say he's trustworthy, very well. As long as he doesn't cause problems.
No, in fact, why don't you come meet everyone? Everyone's already met Adira and Stress.
Yes, you have a sixth sense for when you show up.
What can I say, man? They know my blood and they can smell it from a mile away. But he will intentionally kind of go over whether this man wants it or not, and kind of put his shoulder under Fowlin's arm and move him to the door.
He won't complain as Narcellus helps him along and gets him out the door to their friends. I feel like at this point the dog has vanished. You come outside, and in like the minute that you were having this conversation with him, you see Ari is on the ground on his stomach with Zres on his back. Probably like has his hands in his hair, and he's like, "Ha, stupid elf."
Take it to the man, kid.
Adira's probably still very fascinated with like Taffy and Arca, and like probably chasing after like Yulia or Yavari's tails. She's just having a grand old time.
You've already blitzed it in her face a couple times, not actually hitting her, but just like kind of teasing her with it.
She probably tries to bite it.
Yulia will probably just like keep the tip like well above her head, and like if she tries to reach for it, she'll just pull the tail back out of arm's reach.
So,
And
yeah.
Narcellis will kind of leave at everybody and be like, so this is fun.
Taffy's like,
Nice to
sir.
meet you.
He Taffy walks up to go and shake his hand.
Fallon will shake it.
It's like, Taffy, part of the agent of the Padlock Guild, if you've ever heard of us.
Sounds vaguely familiar.
Taffy kind of slumps a bit, is like, vaguely familiar. Like, just, okay, you know, it's like, excellent, you know, thank you for letting us use your house. We do appreciate it.
Of course, it's the least I can do for Narcellis' friends. Welcome to stay as long as you'd like. Have much to offer you at the moment other than a roof over your head.
We appreciate it.
That's all we asked for.
Zres, please get off of him. And Zres will look up and just give a sigh as he gets off of Runarian, who will pick himself up and like brush off the dirt on his shirt. It's like, Narcellis, their teeth hurt.
Yes, they are drow.
Yes. And Fallon will kind of like look at Runarian for a moment. Runarian looks back at him, looking very uncomfortable. But Fallon won't say anything as he just says, all welcome to come inside if you'd like.
That would be great. I'm not going to lie. I am starving. And Narcellis will just immediately walk inside. Like, hopefully you managed to get to the market before I got here with all the money that I gave you.
Yes, I have purchased some things, so I will be happy to share.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, I can offer you a crab.
Would you like a crab in these trying times?
Oh, God.
So, I do want to ask, what does the inside of the house look like when we come in? Like, where are there places to sit?
So you come inside, and and probably the kids stay outside. They go off running after a chicken or something. But you all walk inside, and it's a little dark. There's not many windows on the house, and the couple that are like kind of heavily covered in like dirt and probably just like from the salt water coming off of the ocean nearby. But the inside itself, it's very simple, very plain. It's one large room that you guys walk into. There's like a door off to the side with another separate area. And this room, you see in the far back corner to the right, is what appears to be kind of basically a little kitchen area. There's like a hearth that's sit into the floor, with like a pot dangling over it that's currently boiling with something inside. And you do smell like the scent of meat and vegetables as you step in. There's like probably a little oven. There's like a couple of cupboards that one of them, the hinges had broken off, so there's just not even a door on it anymore. There's a table to one side that has like 4 or 5 chairs. Nothing matches. Like all the chairs are different. One of them is a little lopsided. Probably most of them are. There's really nothing hung on the walls. You know, they're just wooden for the most part, with like some stone spread throughout as like supports for the house. Yeah, and there's probably also like a little area of rugs that are very easily sat upon if one wanted to, like rugs and a few pillows kind of thrown into a corner. Just very, very simple little house.
So Taffy will... Oh, sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna ask. Is it like light or dark in the house?
It's fairly, like, it's all right. There's some natural light coming in. Probably on the table, he does have like some candles set up and like maybe another small table near the kitchen. There's like another candle. There's a fire going. So like you can see fairly well in here.
Okay, that's all I wanted to ask.
You all are welcome to. As you go in, Fallon will kind of gesture to the chairs and the little pillowy carpeted area, and he'll say, "You all are free to have a seat. Food should be about done. I think I should have enough for all of you if you're all hungry."
Taffy's
Sure, if I have enough
smile. He's
bowls.
like, excellent. He does scoot over to Narcellus, kind of talk to him. He's like, so real quick question. If we're gonna be staying here, and let's just assume the worst and something's gonna go wrong and we have to, retreat back here. I would like to go and secure the place up a little bit if you don't mind.
Oh, Taffy, please don't try to sell him anything.
I'm not gonna sell him anything. Jeez, calm down. Him staying here is payment. Letting us stay here is payment enough. I would rather us be prepared than have to go and, there are children in here.
Yeah, and I'm just saying, maybe no detonated traps or arrows that shoot at a wall or dire beaver traps. I'm just saying there are other children that live next door, so if you're gonna do it, maybe be discreet about it and maybe ask the man himself.
This Taffy kind of sighs like, my God, security, education. Listen, I was asking you first because I felt it prudent. I didn't want to go and start talking to this guy, and then you jumped me because I was just asking about,
I'm
locking his
not
windows.
going to jump you. Like, I understand. It's just, you gotta understand, like, a lot of places around here are really set on homeland security, and they may have a good reputation.
Taffy does a heckin' frown. Right, them.
Yeah. Look, come here. And he just grabs Taffy by like his shirt. He's just dragging him. He's like, Fallon.
Yes.
As you can imagine, is Imran with them?
I would hope so.
Okay.
He's just been very quiet, just kind of hanging out.
As you've been aware, I tend to attract problems. I'm so happy that you're letting us stay here. But I may have gotten mixed up. We may have gotten mixed up with the Assassin's Guild, and if this is too much for you to handle in any sense, I will take everyone and go somewhere else. My friend here is a member of the Padlock Guild and he's hoping, for your sake and for Stress and Adira's sake, to shore up your house and make it safer. Probably both from the Assassin's Guild and just from the city guards.
Don't worry, absolutely free of charge.
And
Yes.
Fallon will nod his head, kind of looking a little thoughtful. He's probably like seated himself on a little stool at this point next to his like cook pot. He says, curiosity, what Assassin's Guild is? What sort of trouble have you gotten into, Narcellus?
Well, if you hadn't noticed, I got accused of regicide. That was fun.
Heard.
I heard.
Yeah.
Tell them about your drow dance. Tell them what Pig's dance.
You've already shut up!
No. It was really interesting.
Can you shut up, please? Can you shut up, please?
You've already just gives him a little smirk.
It's just like, anyway, now that my friends are not trying to embarrass me, it's called the Crows. I don't really know anything about them.
He'll kind of hum at that as he stirs the pot, and he says, "You know, there have been weird rumors going around, now that you mention it. I think, in fact," and he kind of looks a little uncomfortable. He's like, I mean, I don't know how true these are, but it helps in whatever you all are doing. I've heard that crows have been gaining a bit of a reputation. Supposedly, quite a few of them came from the fishing district, from what I understand.
That's not good.
But
That's not good.
one thing I overheard from a conversation while I was at the market the other day is someone swears up and down that they saw a supposed crow speaking with members of the Swift Cloaks.
Like,
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of.
like talking to them as in like, haha, hey, what's up? Or like talking to them.
The latter.
Taffy!
Yep, that's what we figured was gonna happen. They're a security guild, as if I remember correctly.
Like the Padlock Guild, or like I'm
Like,
gonna beat people up for you kind of security?
Let me check real quick. So, more of the bodyguard. Yeah, they're a protection guild. You know. You
Oh,
pay
that's fucking fantastic.
Yeah, so we're probably gonna come to blows with them, which is gonna be great.
Listen, Fallon, I know you've let me live here for the past year, and you've overlooked my family name, and you know it's been really important to me. If you do not want to be involved in this, please tell me.
He gives a small sigh as he kind of thinks it over for a long moment, and he'll say, I mean, if your friend here is offering, I would not say no to having a few more security measures around the house. Otherwise, really, you all are welcome.
Okay, thanks. Turning toward the rest of the group, he'll kind of try to survey who's getting comfortable and who's doing what. Fallon knows pretty much everything about this city. He's been here since the end of the last Dark War. Do you guys have any questions about Valgard in general, or about anything that might be going on? I'm sure you would have heard it.
Sorry, I'm thinking of questions.
Taffy kind of pipes up and he's like, you know, if we're asking some questions, how long has the Gnomeland Security Guildhouse been here?
Oh my god.
Alan kind of thinks about that for a moment, and he's like, I think it's been about close to 10 years.
Oh, okay. So not suspiciously close to when you saw crows running around town.
No, the crows fairly recent development, really, within the last year or so.
Taffy kind of makes.
I'm sorry, you might have already said this. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you good. Taffy just makes a clicks his tongue, like he was hoping that he could indicate the Gnomeland Security Guild with this whole problem.
Yeah.
I love the beef.
It's like, darn.
Darn Gnomeland security.
Homeland. Stupid Gnomeland security.
Yvari's, she's kind of just chilling by the door. She's not sitting. She's just leaning against the wall. And she's thinking about this whole conversation. And she is going to ask about the crows and just basically be like, well, if we were to like give you some pictures, would you be able to point out some that you recognized? Or like, I don't have pictures, but hypothetically.
Probably not. I haven't really interacted with them myself, just heard stories.
And they were around this area, would you say? Anywhere else in town that you've been spotted?
As far as hanging out, it's really been here, or I think some along the pier.
I'm sorry, who are we talking about?
The crows.
Okay, thank you.
But really all I can say is they've come to be known. Something is almost... Some in the fishing district almost look up to them in a way, as they've mostly gotten their names from taking out some of the middle class merchants.
I don't like that.
I don't like that.
So the fact, them even existing is shocking, but then the fact they are going for the queen is bold.
Well, she hasn't exactly had the best policies toward people who don't live in the middle and noble districts, until this will just kind of hype up.
Very true. Yes, they have been specifically targeting merchants who usually aren't very kind to us.
You know, maybe I'm okay with the crows. Maybe I'll be okay with it.
Oh my god. Are there any spots on the pier or in this little district that they hang out or drift to?
Not that I'm aware of. And Imran at that point will kind of perk up and he'll look to Narcellis to speak in Draug and say, I can give them some of that information too, you know?
Narcellis will turn to me. I've told them this twice. They don't listen to me.
That's fine.
Fine. You talk to them.
Can you translate? Or am I gonna...
Fine, I'll translate. God,
okay. Listen, I'm working on my comment, okay?
I'm working on my comment.
Alright. Imran has something he'd like to say.
Imran will say, so, from what I know with my interactions with them, we had a meetup point at a warehouse out on the pier. It's like this little shack at the end of the pier, really unassuming little thing. Also, I've heard they tend to kind of hang around like the southern half of the city, like along the wall or just beyond it. But I can also confirm that I've seen them hanging out with swift cloaks, and it doesn't look good, man. Don't look good.
He will translate as Imran goes along, and just sort of increasingly look annoyed.
Well, that doesn't seem good at all.
No, it doesn't.
Falvin, I do have a question for you.
Yes.
Do you happen to know anybody or about anybody named Sterkin?
He thinks about it for a moment, as now at this point he's gone to grab a couple bowls out from one of the cupboards. He says, doesn't sound familiar, no. Afraid?
Kind of immediately, Nershellus will stand up and grab said bowls from him and sort of direct him back to sit down. And he will start ladling things out instead. And just be like, well, it was worth a shot, I guess. Anyway, guys, you should probably sit down over on the cushions over there. I don't really want to standing up.
Tove has already plopped herself down on the floor. Yeah, she's having a great time.
She's having a great time.
The girl loves some comfy pillows. Okay.
You've already. Real quick, he will say, Yvonne, can you go and get dressed in the deer? I don't want them to miss eating. And then look back to Tove.
And Tove, who's just kind of sitting there, will say, I guess my question is, well, and I feel like this is a dumb question, but this seems like an incredibly organized operation to try and kill the queen. Who would want to kill the queen? And she'll sort of pause at that, noting the fact where they are, and say, okay, maybe that's a dumb question, but the queen has a lot of enemies, right? So how are we supposed to narrow it down? I mean, sure, maybe we find Sterkin, and maybe Sterkin gives us some information, but maybe Sterkin doesn't, or maybe we don't find Sterkin at all. I mean, I feel like there's so many possibilities. It's going to be hard.
Well, Nershellus will kind of pipe up suddenly and say, the one thing that we know for certain, and he'll kind of eye Fallon and Taffy as he says it, it's not going to be a drow. Kind of clearing his throat, he says, if they wanted Imran to sell them Drider blood, it's the most over-the-top way you can possibly kill someone. They're absolutely trying to make this look like the matron mother herself came up here and just poisoned the queen.
Ooh, that's even worse. That's gonna start a whole other war.
Please don't say that.
As Taffy, scratches his chin, does a heckin' sigh. All right, well, let's take this one step at a time. If we can get Sterkin and turn him over to the authorities and expose that this whole plan, right, to the queen, right, then perhaps we could get enough resources to actually investigate. And then he stops himself, and he kind of chuckles, and he's like, "Oh wow, we really are just getting involved in." This all started when we just wanted to clear our names. I guess we should ask ourselves before we go any further how far down this rabbit hole we want to go.
At that, Nershellus will sort of ball his hand into a fist, and you will hear it hit the countertop. And he'll just kind of look at Taffy. He's like, well, I don't know about you, but unless I happen to be part of whatever little group decides to help, and he'll kind of look toward Fallon for a minute, with his eyes at Taffy, he'll say, a lot of people are going to get hurt by this. So, if it's okay with your reputation, I'd like to ask you to stick around.
So Taffy, he sighs and he's like, that's not what I meant like that. What I'm saying is, if we decide to go and expose this whole framing plan, right? And we go and we're not going to make it worse, right?
I don't see how we could. It's already pretty bad.
And kind of he thinks to himself, and he's like, I'm not much of a warrior here, but if you think we can, dismantle this whole thing, and hopefully maybe it just ends at the Swift Cloaks and the Crows.
What do you guys think? You want to get involved?
I'm willing to stick it to the end.
Oh, I love it.
Let's dismantle the whole system.
Tov will nod and say, well, I mean, we've made it this far that there's no point in stopping now.
And Marshall is kind of looking toward Julia and will say, right, what about you, Bard? You kind of just came out here to write songs, right? Sure you really want to get involved in this?
Well, and they'll just kind of just lean back. They've just been kind of just listening to everything. I mostly came out here to, well, make my own story. And this is not quite what I expected, but I'm here for it.
Alright. Well then, Imran, once everybody's fed, Taffy, everyone, if it's okay with you guys, and he kind of lifts up Fulton's little seal at his waist and say, why don't we go take a look around the docks, Taffy, after you're done fixing up the house?
On it. Then he starts pulling out his tools and he starts getting to work.
Alright.
Please do not, trigger bomb the house. I want him to survive.
What kind of security features do you think I install?
I don't know, man. Everything keeps going wrong.
Layers?
I'm not rigging the door lock to explode if you don't put the right key in it. Jesus.
Oh, that'd be awful.
It's like, I hope you got the right key, because otherwise we're gonna have a bad time.
I'm shaking my head, shaking.
I'm shaking my head.
Uh-huh. Awesome. Yeah, very good. Then you guys all settle down, enjoy the nice meal that Fallon has cooked. Adira and Zress are brought inside, who hop into little seats at the table to eat as well. And yeah, you all hang out. Taffy locks up the house with his expert padlocking skill. And
by the way, does it look like Gnomeland security was here first?
No, this house has not been touched.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna make this way better. The most secure place in the entire town.
Thank you, Taffy.
Yeah.
It's personal now.
It's personal now.
You do it, Taffy. So, with that, then, once you guys have finished eating, then was there anything else you guys would like to ask Fallon or Imran, or are you guys just gonna head on out for the docks?
I can't think of any other questions to ask.
Yeah.
Yeah, for now, this is the plan is get Sterkin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why does that sound like a verb?
It's like get Sterkin. I caught the Sterkin.
I've been calling him Sturgeon the entire time.
Oh my god.
Sturgeon. He's a fish.
You've already said it once, but I was like, okay, we're gonna roll with it. I'm just gonna call him Sturgeon.
So, as as you guys finish, and a couple of you are probably helping to gather all the bowls and that. Ari will actually turn over to Imran and he'll say, "So, you mentioned these swift cloaks. Out of curiosity, as I don't really keep up with the guilds that much, do you know who's currently running it?" And Imran will think about it for a moment, and then he'll say, in his broken common, he'll say, not really. Her name is Red Steel?
Captain Red Steel, yeah. Nasty piece of work. Used to be run by a lady named Femia. I think. Femia? If I remember correctly. Femia, there we go. That's the one. He like snaps his fingers.
Yeah.
But she got muscled out of the guild due to, I don't know, reasons unknown. But guild used to be pretty on the up and up until the change of leadership.
Imran is like nodding his head along in agreement to Taffy's words. Ryan will kind of look towards the rest of the party and say, I mean, do you think we should try to investigate around the Swift Cloaks? I mean, if they're working with an assassin's guild, that's... I mean, I'm not a guild member myself, but Taffy, I'm sure that's all sorts of wrong for a guild to do.
Oh, absolutely. It is hella illegal. In fact, I would love to just get in there, grab a bunch of evidence, and just destroy their guild that way.
Wow.
But
we love that for you.
Sneaking into a guild house is also kind of illegal, and I really don't want to get any of my fellow coworkers in hot water.
It's not illegal if you don't get caught.
That's true.
Or if you lie. Well,
Exactly.
Or perhaps then,
kind of
rather
illegal.
than going to their guild house, is there maybe anyone we could talk to about them? Someone might know? I mean, once we finish investigating the pier and that, of course.
Marcellus kind of raises his hands. He's like, look, I'm not involved in guilds. I don't know anything about this.
As much as I absolutely hate it, I could go ask the Gnomeland Security Guild. They probably have run security, guild houses often have security run for them, and because we don't have a padlock office here, it's most definitely Gnomeland Security that's run the security, secured up the building. And given our rivalry, I'm sure they would just love to rub that in my face. But I might be able to glean some information out of them.
It is true. We could try that. We're trying to say something like that.
Yes. I do know someone who used to be a Swift Cloak.
Oh.
Ooh.
So we could maybe talk to him.
I like that idea way better than me having to deal with anything with Gnomeland Security.
Well, actually, as much as I hate to suggest this, this is a lot of ground to cover, Taffy. What if, just this once more, some of us go investigate the pier, some of us go talk to the Swift folks?
That sounds like probably the play here. Do you have an idea of who should do what?
Yeah, you want to be a team captain? I'll be one. I'll start picking. I'll go to the pier with Imran. After all, you guys can't understand a word he fucking says.
All right. All right. I'm gonna.
Well,
Yulia, you wanna come with me? Oh, sorry.
No, you go. Go ahead.
I might need some fancy talking and some subtle distractions, as it were, if I'm going to be dealing with guild members and all of that legal nonsense.
I think I can offer some assistance there. Sure.
Excellent.
Runarian really quick will speak up and say, I think I'll come with you, Taffy. As well.
Works for me.
Arca, you said you have a contact there. You should probably also go with Taffy.
True. We don't even know where he is.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Tove, Yuvari, Himran.
Yuvari will want to go investigate the docks and stick to this district in particular.
Tove, if you don't mind sticking around, I could really use your healing arts if something were to go wrong.
And Tove nods and she says, sounds good to me.
Alright, so I guess we've got our group of 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 each?
Looks about that's also pretty good. That way everyone has ample backup.
Little concerned that we don't have anyone with a lot of muscle, but I'm sure it'll be fine.
That's fine.
You got Yuvari. You got magic. That's all the muscle you need.
Okay. Alright, well, Taffy, you lead them up to, I guess, the market square, and I'll start heading over to the pier.
Alright, sounds like a plan. And if anything goes wrong, remember, meet back here, or if you can get into the Noble District.
Just in case, maybe we should have a plan to let the other person know, other team know that something's going wrong.
Gotcha.
How about if something goes very wrong, I start a really big fire?
No.
He kind of looks around, like, most of these houses are made of, like, thatch roof and, like, wood, right?
I didn't say right here.
Well, fire doesn't particularly listen to people. Do you
know what do you want me to do?
Do you know any bird calls?
Taffy, I saw my first bird a year ago.
Okay, fair enough.
A drow animal would say.
Roar.
Roar.
Just roar very loud. All right.
I know what chickens sound like.
Let's see here. Oh, wait, hold on. You have that smoke bottle, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Just uncork that bad boy and let smoke into the sky. We should be able to see it from there. As for our, side of things, let me see. He's digging around through his bag here. What do I have?
Oh, speaking of Taffy, can we maybe take the rest of your ball bearings with us?
Oh, yes, absolutely. How many of them did you take?
I think you've already said that there were like 75 left out of 1,000.
Yeah, you've already. You've already.
Right, we'll just call it like 100.
Just need to go stock back up on those bad boys. No problem. Let's see. I guess on our end, Yulia, do you have any spells, cantrips, or anything like that that could signal to our fellow party members?
I do have the Thunderclap cantrip, which I will post. I'll go and post it if this is useful enough.
Let's see. 100 feet away. I think the town might be a little longer than 100 feet. Unfortunately.
Or I have my lights, but I doubt I can make one big enough to be a signal.
Can you attach those lights to anything?
Hold on. Let me put out the one for dancing.
For instance, let's say an arrow that I could then shoot into the sky. That's a little dangerous, so I'll have to be careful where I aim, but if it's bright enough, then we could use that as a signal.
I don't see why not. It does have a longer range too.
So that should be good. So if we see smoke, that means that Nars, your team's in trouble, and if you see a glowing arrow, that means that my team's in trouble.
Right. Okay. All right. Anyway, I'll let Yavari take the ball bearings just in case she decides she wants to throw them on the ground, and we can get going.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right, guys. Well, good luck, and hopefully we don't run into any problems.
Yeah. And with that, he will just sort of start walking towards the docks. He's already got Baldwin's little seal in his hand. He's like, I'm not dealing with this today.
Valid as hell, honestly. Excellent. Then, yeah, you guys all split up your separate ways. Narcellus takes Tove, Yavari, and Imran as they head to the docks, whereas Arca will kind of lead the way for Taffy, Yulia, and Runarian over to where his friend is, their ex-Swift Cloak. That, though, I will go ahead and say we'll end tonight's session there.